Canva doesn't care, it's summer and everybody's chilling at the beach. Not them. They continue to roll out new features. So in this episode of What's Hot, I want to talk about 8 new features Canva just released. Let's go. Alright. What is up everyone, Ronnie here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a jam-packed episode of What's Hot, episode 19 already, and I'm going to be talking about 8 new features that Canva just released. So make sure to watch until the end if you want to know everything that's new with Canva. Let's go straight into the first feature. The first new feature is actually a very good news for Canva free users. Indeed, up to very recently, free users could only create 2 folders to organize their designs and organize their assets. Also, free users couldn't access their folders from within the editor, but all of this has changed, fortunately, and now free users have access to unlimited folders, but will also be able to access these folders via the editor. So let me log into my Canva free account and show you how that works. Okay, this is my Canva free account. You recognize by the purple profile picture that I have here. And you see also try Canva Pro. So this call to action to try Canva Pro confirms me that I am in my free account. Now, what I want to show you, if you head over to your projects, you should see here a way to manage all of your folders, all of your assets. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the folder tab right here, and I'm going to use the plus button to create new folders. Okay, so the first one I'm going to name folder 01, create the folder, and I'm going to continue creating folders to show you you can create more than 2 folders. So that's folder 02, 1, 2. And let's create a third one, folder 03. You can see folder 3 was created, so I already exceeded the amount of folder that used to be available. Let's create another one just for the sake of it, but you will see that you can now create an unlimited amount of folders from your free account. This is really good news for all of you free users because it will really help you organize your content in a much more efficient way. And not only that, from within the editor, let me go to a specific design and be in the editor. Let's just use this pancake design from the Canva master course. Okay. So what I want to show you is if you scroll down the object panel right here to folders, you should now see all of your different folders and access them from here. And if you want to know more about how to organize your Canva assets and designs in folders, I urge you to watch this video right here. After this one, don't click straight onto this card, but right click on it and watch this one next. Open it in a new tab. So this video will show you everything about organizing your Canva account into different folders. So make sure you watch this one next. But for now, I just want to give you a little sample of the things you can now do as a free user from your folders tab right here. You can access any of your folders. Obviously, I haven't stored anything yet in these folders that I just created, but this all your design tab, like the first button right here, is very interesting because these are all the different designs you have created in Canva. So you can now open one of these designs. For example, let's say I want to open this one. Select any of the pages you have created and insert that page directly into your current document. So this is going to be very useful for free users. So let me show you how it works. I go to the last page right here, page 10. Okay, and I'm gonna bring one page of a design that I created previously right there. Now it is on page 10. I'm not going to keep that, I'm going to delete that, but that's how it works. I believe this is a very useful feature, and thank you Canva for offering that to all free users. It used to be a pro perk, a pro feature only, and now it's available to all. All right, moving on to new feature number 2, and that's another very good news, especially for people who like to create long documents in Canva, long presentations, maybe people writing books or creating coloring books, presentations. You can now have up to 200 pages in your document. So the limit has previously been raised from 100 to 150. Now Canva just let us know that you can have up to 200 pages in your document. Any document, but this is going to be especially useful for presentations, right? Because you can have very large decks. And before, when you had a very large deck in Canva, you had to maybe create 2 different presentation documents and then open one. And then when you get to the 100th slide, you would have to switch over to the deck number 2. Now, no longer necessary to do this, as you can have up to 200 slides in your presentation. So let me quickly show you how that would work. I have a presentation here and it has 23 slides. So what I'm going to do, just to select them all and then copy them and then paste that several times. So paste, 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 and you see the number of pages increasing. I'm already at 92, paste, 115, 138, 161, 184, and then page limit is 200. So you can see how I have all of these pages. Canva let me know you can have up to 200 pages. So I have 184 here. If I created 16 more, I would reach the limit. So this is very good news, I believe, for people who love creating long presentations. And again, it is courtesy of Canva. Thank you for increasing the page limit. And that is not all that is increasing in your Canva document. You can increase the number of photos you can include in one single document. Previously, this limit was 600 photos that you can use in one single document. And this limit has also been raised to 800 photos. And similarly with videos, previously you could use up to 75 video clips per document. That limit has also been raised to 100 videos. So basically more pages, 200, you can insert more photos up to 800, and you can insert up to 100 videos. So thank you Canva for this. Moving on to new feature number 3. Here again, I have some good news for all of you presentation designers and presentation gurus. You can now use remote control for presentation. What the heck is this, Ronnie? Well, remote control gives you the ability to control your deck from a different or separate device. So you can now share the control of your deck with someone else or just simply another device. So it could be you using a different device, for example, using your phone to move back or forward in your slide deck. And I'm going to show you that in just a couple of seconds. So that is basically what remote control does. It allows a second device to act as a remote control for your presentation. So let me show you how it works with this example presentation, okay? The first thing you need to know is that you will need to be in presenter mode. So when you're done designing your presentation, click on the present button right here. And this is what you should see. Click on the little arrow right here to access the menu and choose Presenter View. Okay, once you're in Presenter View, click on Present to activate the Presenter View. This is what you should see. So you have your audience window, which I'm going to minimize for now, and you have the presenter window, okay, got it? The presenter window right here is where you need to be in order to activate the remote control. To activate it, find these 3 little dots, the button that says More, click on it, and then click on Share Remote Control. So I'm gonna click on this. Canva is going to connect, create a session, so remote control your presentation from another device. Okay, so anyone with the link can control the navigation in this presentation. So very useful if you are presenting in a summit, for example, and somebody else is controlling the deck, or simply if you want to send that link to your mobile device, to your phone right here, and control your deck from your phone. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna send that link to myself. So just using any messaging device, okay? Now back to Canva right here. And I should have right here on my phone a notification, which I do, from Ronnie. So if I click on that link, Canva is going to open the remote control. And this is how it looks like. Now, see how I can navigate my slides just by touching the different arrows. Basically, it's very basic. You have forward and back. So these 2 buttons, but they allow you to control your presentation. And you see I'm navigating this presentation with my phone, which has now converted into a clicker or a remote control. This is really useful. If you are presenting in front of a big room, usually people have a clicker and you would have to connect that clicker to your computer and then move your slides forward or back with the clicker. But now you don't need a clicker. Canva made it easy for you. Just use your phone and control that presentation with your phone. We might see more features coming in the future to this remote control thing, more things you could do while presenting from your second device. Who knows? Let's keep an eye on this. And now let's move on to new feature number 4 already. New feature number 4 is also a feature available to free, pro, enterprise, all users, and this is the ability to flatten your PDF documents when you export in the PDF format. Now, this feature is not a huge deal that is going to blow your mind, but it is that little checkbox that you can tick to flatten your PDF and transform a PDF into a flat image, basically. It's still gonna be in the PDF format, but it's gonna be a flat image, meaning your text is not going to be editable or copyable, and basically the entire design will be kind of fixed and will not move anymore. Sometimes with PDF things can move slightly, so if you flatten your PDF, it just ensures that what your viewer will see is exactly what the original PDF looks like. So that could be very interesting for that purpose, or in the other use case, if you don't want anyone to grab the text or the information from your PDF, you flatten it, and then it's just going to be an image. People won't be able to grab that text or these images from your PDF. Now, let me come back to my example presentation and show you where to find that option. You'll have to go to your share button and then download, and make sure you are in one of the PDF, either PDF standard or PDF print. This option will show up for any of these two PDF formats. So let's choose PDF standard, and you will see this little box right here, flatten PDF. So if you tick it and download, your PDF will be flattened. So very straightforward feature. I just thought since it's new in Canva, I would show it to you in this episode of What's Hot. And by the way, guys, when I talk about new features and I show them to you on our YouTube channel, if you go back to your Canva account and you don't see these features, there is absolutely no need to rush into the comment section and say, Ronnie, I don't see that new feature, please help me, please. Well, you have to understand one thing is that because Diana and I are part of the Canva Expert program, we get access to these new features earlier as a beta user so that we can show them to you. But then they will be slowly released to all users in the days or sometimes weeks to come. So if you don't see a feature I'm talking about, please don't freak out. The features will be rolled out to your accounts, and eventually everybody is going to see them in their Canva account. So please spare me all the comments asking if I could help you because you don't see a specific feature. Be patient. All right, moving on to new feature number 5. New feature number 5 is a very big one, an interesting one that will save a bunch of time for all of you people designing with Canva and creating design that are text heavy, okay? This feature is called text find and replace. It allows you to find specific words or expressions in your Canva design and replace them for another word or expression. So let me show you how it works from our presentation here. First, you will need to activate the find and replace. So where do I find it? Well, I'm going to show you two different ways. The first way, you go to your file button right here, click on file and find and replace text. And you can see there's a shortcut which is Command F here on my Mac. So Command F would be Control F on a PC. So Command F, Control F. That's the shortcut, the keyboard shortcut. I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut Command F, and you see this box popping up right here. So let's type in a word here, like for example, presentation. Okay, presentation. Canva tells me that there are 3 occurrences of this presentation word in my presentation. So I can navigate and I can actually skip to the next occurrence of this word. So that's the first one here on the first page. And the second one right here, presentation benefits. And then there's a third one here, presentation is always a work of art. Okay. So I can decide to replace this presentation for another word. Let's say I want to write piece of art instead of presentation. And I can choose which one I want to replace. Let's say this one right here, replace. Okay, piece of art benefits. Okay, it doesn't make too much sense, but I think you get the point. So you can decide to replace all of the occurrences of presentation for piece of art using this button right here. And then there is another interesting little checkbox here. It's match case. So match case will actually match the upper or lower case. It will actually respect exactly if there is an uppercase, if there isn't an uppercase, to really be more precise when you select which word. For example, you might have forgotten to use an uppercase when you say presentation. So you could say presentation with a lowercase, and you want to replace that by presentation with an uppercase, like in this case. So you would do that and replace all. Okay, so that's how text find and replace works. I think this is gonna be very useful for a lot of users creating text-heavy documents. A couple of things. This is going to be available to all users, so Pro, Free, Enterprise, everyone. Should already be rolled out, but again, if you don't see it, don't freak out, just be patient. And also, it works from your mobile phone as well. I don't think you can use the uppercase, lowercase filter at this very moment on the mobile, but it should be working. Also, Diana has created a short about this new find, text, and replace. I'm gonna link it here in a card. Make sure you watch this after this episode of What's Hot, because I still have 3 features to talk about and you don't want to miss them. All right, moving on to the next new feature. I believe this is new feature number 6, and this one is the ability to create and add your very own custom events in your content planner. The content planner is this calendar that you have on your Canva homepage. So to find it very easy from your homepage, just scroll down a little bit. In the tools section right here, you should see this title right here that says Content Planner. So up to recently, you would see some events already inserted in your Content Planner. And these events would be different from one country to another, depending on the religious holidays, the different international days that are celebrated in that very specific country. So here I am in Indonesia, so Canva probably recognizes that. I have a couple of pre-filled dates and events right here in my calendar. If I click on it, I can create a design, okay? But the novelty is that you can now create your very own events and add them to the calendar. And so when comes the day, you can very easily create a piece of content. So for me, for example, my brother has his birthday on July the 30th. So am I in July? Yes, this is July. So what I can do is just click on this July 30th, like anywhere in the blank space, and you can see Saturday, July 30th, new event. I can add a title, so I can say brother, or I can say his name, Sandy, Sandy's birthday. Sandy's birthday, okay, he's turning 30, how much? 39 or 38? 39, I think. Okay, save, and now you can see here in green, Sandy's birthday. So when comes the day, you can click on that and then very easily create a design. Okay, so I'm gonna create a design. I can choose which kind of design I want to create. You can create a custom size or choose from one of these. Okay, so that is going to be very useful. For example, animated social media. You can click here, and then from here, search for a template for birthday. Like so. And now I have a bunch of happy birthday animated Instagram posts that I can create and share that with my brother on July the 30th. So this is a very cool, neat feature that you can add your very own dates and events in the calendar. One thing I would like to remind you though, if you are using the content planner, is that only pro users will be able to schedule that specific design to be published on a certain date. You can create and add events and dates to your calendar, even if you are a free user, but you won't be able to schedule that piece of content so that it is published on the date. That is still a pro-only feature. I just thought I would remind you of that because this could be a little bit confusing at this stage because they are adding stuff to all users, but only pro users can go all the way and schedule them to their planner. All right, we have 2 more features to go. Let's move on to new feature number 7. This one has to do with the animations and the transitions. Canva just released 2 new animations and 2 new transitions for videos. So let's discover them. Let's start with the new animations. So the 2 new animations are animations related to the text. So I'm going to click on the text box and then hit the animate button right here. So because I've used them already, they don't show as new in my object panel right here. But if you do use them for the first time, you should recognize them with the red new tag that would show on them. So unfortunately, I cannot show that to you because I've already used them. But these two new animations are called spread. The first one is spread right here. So what it does is that it spreads the word like so. You see the presentation title like sliding and spreading. And you have the same options as always, like you can spread on enter, on exit. You can scale the size of the spread. If you're a Canva Pro user, you can also decide to have this in or out. So spread in, it goes from big to small, and spread out, it goes from small to big. That's only if you are a pro user, and then you can choose the size of the scale. So that's the first one, that's spread. Now, the second new animation, let me click on that text box again and go back to my menu right here. I'm gonna remove this animation. The second one is called merge, okay? So you'll have to scroll down in the slide in and out. Merge is this one. So you see you have one piece of text coming from one side, sliding from one side, and the other sliding from the other side. So I'm going to click on that one. Again, you will have a couple of settings to have more granular control over this new animation. So here, free users will be able to control if that new animation is on enter or on exit, and pro users could control the intensity of that feature. So if you set the intensity to very low towards the left, you will have a more subtle animation, or a more dynamic one, a faster one if you move the slider to the right. All right, so these are the two new animations. We have also two new video transitions. So for that, I need to switch over a video document. So let me do that very quickly here by going back to the home and just opening a video template right here. So this is a simple video with only 2 pages. If I click on the plus button right here in between my 2 pages, and I choose the second button here, it's kind of small, but it's right here, add a transition. If I click here, I can see stack and chop. So these are the 2 new video transitions, bringing up to 7 the number of free transitions that everybody can enjoy in Canva. So stack has this effect right here, where one screen will stack over the previous one. So it's kind of similar to slide, just that slide, the screen is being pushed by the new slide. Stack, the previous slide remains underneath and the new one comes on top of it. So you have more options. If you click on it, you can choose the direction, which is pretty cool, and you can choose the duration as well. And then the second new transition is chop. And again, you can chop in different directions. You can select the origin. So this is pretty cool as well. It's kind of like Slack, but it just adds a rotation motion to it, which is kind of cool. So there you go, 2 new animations for your text boxes and 2 new video transitions for you to try. And this brings us to our very last new feature of today, new feature number 8. This is something I already talked about on the channel. I already created a full-on video about this. It is the new Smart Mockup experience. I wanted to insert this one into the recap of the new features for this month because this is a major update. Okay, it is a new experience because you can now find Smart Mockups from your Canva homepage. You see here from the homepage, if you scroll down a bit, you should see under Tools a new menu that says Smart Mockups. So if you click here, you will access an entire new section of the Canva website from which you can search for mockups. So you'll have a similar kind of interface as of the Canva template library, but these are only mockups from the Smart Mockups library. So free users will have access to 2,000 plus mockups, while pro users will have access to the full range of mockups, and that is more than 8,000 mockups. So again, if you want to know more about this, I have created this full tutorial about it. I'm gonna link it right there. And this video has been very popular, so you might already have seen it, but if not, make sure you watch it next or after all the other videos you need to watch from our channel. But basically, in a nutshell, that's what it is, a brand new experience for Smart Mockup, immediately accessible from the homepage via the Tools section. Again, I received a lot of comments of you guys after that video I just showed you saying, Ronnie, I don't have it. Well, Canva is slowly rolling it out to all users in every country, pro and free, so do not freak out. If you still don't have it, it's gonna come very soon, but by the time you see this video, you should pretty much all have it. If you don't, just be patient, it's gonna come. All right, this wraps up this recap of the new feature for this month. If you are still here with me at this stage of the video, I'm very proud of you. That means you take your Canva education very seriously and you want to know what's hot with Canva. So leave me a fire emoji in the comments so I know you're one of the finishers, and I will make sure to respond to your comment. All right then, thank you for watching. Don't forget we have other episodes in this What's Hot series. This was episode 19 already, so I have 18 other episodes right there in this playlist.